Okay, we come to Brazil. Please welcome.
Hi, my name is Luigi. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. Nice to meet you. Today I'm going to talk about children play of Brazil, plays, lyrics, and songs. We're not good at politics, maybe not so good with the economy, but we are really good at having fun, at least. So, I was thinking, there's so many games and plays and songs that I could talk about, but I discussed with some friends and with my family and some professors, and we summarized that the main types of games we have in Brazil are street games. We don't play in the jungles, but we have parks and even people in the countryside or even calmer streets. Children play a lot of physical games like tag games, hide and seek, and this kind of stuff. I will show you later. Improvisation play. There are some kids that they don't like physical activities, so there are lots of imagination games, word games, guessing games, and cheap handcrafted toys, because some toys are very expensive. Of course, children nowadays like to use computers, cell phones and stuff, but it's common in Brazil. For instance, we don't have a soccer ball, which is very expensive. Official soccer balls are really expensive. So let's do one with old socks. Many professional football players in Brazil, they started playing football using this kind of improvised toys. And games and lyrics, rhymes, or tongue twisters. I brought you some games. We will suffer together because I'm awful doing those too. For example, some traditional toys. I think some of them maybe not so Brazilian. I think they're common in other countries too. For instance, kites. We have really cheap and simple kites. I saw in Japan they're really beautiful and detailed, but most kites for kids are really that simple, only a few sticks and paper, and it flies. It's really nice. Those are really popular toys for girls, and cars are popular toys for boys, but it may change sometimes. Tops, I heard this is the word in English, we call it peão. It's like this heart-shaped toy that you throw in the floor and it will spin around itself. And finger puppets, they're really cute. They are made for waste old clothes or used felt. You can make a lot of puppets, really cute puppets. Lego and those building kind of toys, we have a lot of these. They're really cheap to be made, and you can create a lot if you are creative. And I found out that this is a really Brazilian toy. I didn't know it. It's called peteca. It looks like a badminton ball. It's like made of feathers and a heavier base. I will bring it someday, I promise. You can play tossing by like a badminton ball, but without, or with the thing, I forgot the name in English. Yes, thank you, with the racket. It's called peteca. It comes from the native Brazilian, it's from Tupi language, it means to hit. I think you can see the similarities between the balls. And of course, some commercial toys like elsewhere in the world. We have Barbie dolls, but we also have Suzy, it's a Brazilian doll. She looks as artificial as the Barbie, but whatever. And also Banco Imobiliário, which is our version of Monopoly with Brazilian places and stuff instead of the Monopoly usual places and stuff. And these are flipping people games, very creative games. And about the street games, for instance, we have tag games, there was one kid, it chased the other kids when, it's your turn and stuff. We have ciranda, which comes from Portuguese tradition. There used to be like songs sung by adults, dance and songs. For example, remember at the end of the year, last year we had a Christmas party, and the girl from Norway, she showed that in the Norway people dance around the Christmas tree. We have similar stuff, but in Brazil, it's not only an adult or children game, it's mostly a children game nowadays. And amarelinha, I don't know if there's any word in English, but usually draw those, how can I say? You make the drawing in the floor with, for instance, chalk or pencil. and you jump in the order with 1 feet or 2 feet. The rule may vary according to what the children want to play. We have also board games like Enigma. I think this is also common in other countries. You think of something, then you have to guess what it is by making only questions, and the person who imagines the word has to say only yes or no. And silent games, which are really used for annoying loud children, because if you go and say to annoying and loud Brazilian children, let's play yellow cow, they will zip their lips, because in the yellow cow game, it's implied the one who loses, he needs to eat yellow cows. You can guess it. And tongue twisters, which are the... I will try to do it because I'm really bad at it. For example, the first one says like the hairs on the bottom of Pedro's feet is black. It's not that hard to speak that in English, but in Portuguese it goes like o pelo do peito do pé do Pedro é preto. Can you repeat that?
O pelo do Pedro é preto.
Yeah. And they are really simple lines. You don't even sing it, it's already hard to speak. For example, saying 1 tiger, 2 tigers, 3 tigers, easy. But in Portuguese, it's the same thing. Tigre, 2 tigres, 3 tigres. Yeah, the last part's really hard to do.
Yeah.
And my favorite one, everybody knows this one, it's about mafagafos. Mafagafos, they don't exist. But I thought they were supposed to be birds because it goes something like, in the nest of mafagafos, there are 6 little mafagafos. Who will be the mafagator? Who will he or she will be a good desmagafizator. There's no real translation for that. And I put the Domokun picture because I have no idea. Because since we are talking about nest, I thought mafagafos were birds, but somehow when I Google it, nowadays people use Domokun as a mafagafo. So the whole line goes like, no ninho de mafagafo tem 6 mafagafinhos. Quem será o desmafagafizar bom? I did everything wrong, but you can guess it from reading. Sorry. So let's play one game. Paro Ímpar. I think you've seen that before. Paro Ímpar is a game played between 2 people to make a decision, to pick who's going to be the first one, who wants to win, to solve a dispute. And it's similar concept as coin tossing because it's a 50-50%. For example, heads will be par, tails impar. You see, heads and tails, you have the same chance as winning. So, Paro Ímpar is the same as odds and evens. Odds numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on. Even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, and so on. Then you will go like 1, 2, 3. You show your fingers, any number that you want, and the winner will be decided by the sum of the fingers displayed by both players. So let's play together. But since you're on the other side of the screen, and I cannot know if you are cheating, you can just roll back the movie and win the game. I brought my friends, they will explain how to play Paro Ímpar. He's Mr. A, he's a champion of playing Paro Ímpar, and Mr. B. For example, Mr. comes and says, par, he wants evens. B says, impar, he wants odds. So, 1, 2, 3. A choose display 5, and B display 1. So the total sum of that will be 6. 6 is an even number, meaning that A is our champion. Is it alright?
A is champion.
Second example. He wants a rematch. Okay, so A wants to be evens again, and B wants to be odds. So again, 1, 2, 3. This time A choose 2, and B choose 2. But again, 4 is an even number, meaning that A is our champion. Any question? I also brought today a game about soccer coins, but maybe for another time. We're running out of the time. I promise in the next presentation we'll talk about it. That's all for today. Thank you very much for
It was surprised to know that there's a turn twisting that Luis cannot do.